All right. All right. All right. You know what time it is. Welcome back. Validation Boy live stream, May 29th, 2017. Oh, yeah. As per tradition, let's just get it over with. In at number 1, the reigning, defending, heavyweight champion of Validation Boy live stream, Richard Clark. In at number 2, Schlumminger. And at number 3, OJ McBaggins. And at number 4, so happy to have you here, Rob S. And in at number 5, believe it or not, one of the most loyal devotees, a non-subscriber who still manages to show their face on almost every Validation Boy live stream, Twitwit breaking in the top 5 today. It's good to have all you guys here. Go ahead and send out this link to Jed Skeptic Media. Jed Skeptic Media, if you're listening, the link to this show has been sent to you via email. I sent it in a reply to our long string of emails that we had in the past. You're more than welcome to join. I promise I won't bully you. And I hope you don't snipe me. I know that's not your style, Jed, so I don't think you're going to snipe me or hand this link out to anybody else, which is cool. I'm okay with that. So now that that's been handled, let's get back to the chat. Validation Boy chimes in first and says, fuck you. Richard Clark says, no, you. And I say, haha, you first. But it's all love because Richard is my world champion. So it's my heavyweight champion. So he's allowed. He's got free reign. He said, start it up already, VB. Oh, he's finding pets. Finding fleas on his pets. Not a good sign, but it's the summer. The summertime's coming up for us here in the Northern Hemisphere. Schlumminger says, so what's the topic? Anything new in the drama on Flat Earth? Well, no. The thing is, well, there kind of is, you know. Well, not really. There's old shit with the morons that a beloved former guest of mine, GemPanda 2012, has a great show. Unfortunately, sometimes he brings a bunch of fucking morons on his fucking show who pretend like they can't understand one of the most simple, basic fucking logic concepts concerning this entire debate. They want to sit there and pretend that they don't understand it. And so does John LeBon. John LeBon actually, I haven't even listened to his whole show yet, but the other day he did some show, Alternative Cosmology or something like that. And I was watching TV with my girl, and I decided, you know, we're taking a break from, because we had watched, you know, we were like marathoning some shit. And decided to take a break, and I checked in on YouTube. I saw John LeBon was live. I clicked on his show, and he was literally at that exact moment talking about me. It was hilarious. So I said, well, I'm here, actually, John LeBon, and you're misrepresenting the shit out of me. Thanks so much for that. He said, but I'm trying to watch the episode back, but I haven't got to it yet because it's like 2 hours long, and I got other things I want to do first. But I will watch it. I will watch John LeBon's show. Even though he's like these other people out here pretending like they have superpowers and they can go to space and tell me that those objects up there are real, you know, or even what they are, or on top of that, even where they really, really are, you know. And he's saying that, you know, that I'm denying my senses. No. If he would actually listen to what I say, and if he would watch my videos, Flat Earth Still Undefeated, and you know, any number of my live streams, he'd understand that, yes, you can see the stars. And yes, you do see the stars. Okay. And yeah, that is empirical. Okay. But just because you can see something doesn't mean that it's what you think it is. It doesn't mean it's behaving the way you think it's behaving. Okay. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that stars are fake, the sky is fake. I never said anything is fake, but John LeBon likes to put those words in my mouth. He's a propagandist. He's essentially become a YouTube beggar. And he wants this drama. He wants other people saying his name. So he stirs some shit up with me under extremely false premises. And hopes and prays that even more people are just saying his name, even if it's a tiny little shit channel like mine. He just wants the focus on him. And that's fine. That's fine. I can't blame him. I have a channel, you know, and I like people to watch me. And oh, so shameful, right? I feel like my opinions are good opinions, and I have the freedom, the choice to put them up on YouTube, and people subscribe to me and they want to hear it. So I guess I'm doing something right. But either way, John LeBon, you know, he's totally misrepresenting me. I'm pretty much the only person, I think, other than Dell, but Dell doesn't say it the way I do. He doesn't take the exact same stance that I do, and I don't want to involve Dell in any of this in any way, other than, you know, Dell's a good guy. He has his show. If you guys want to hear what Dell says, please go check out his channel. But as far as me, you know, I say the objects in the sky are unknowns. Okay, maybe unknowns is a better word than intangible. Okay, they're unknowns. You don't really know what they're doing. Okay, you can't define these objects up there. So to use them to describe what you're standing on, you know, and things that you can reach, things you can touch, to use things that you cannot touch to affirm things that you can touch. And these people don't see this disconnect there, and they want to just say, well, you know, Jupiter, this, that, Jupiter has moons going around. That's some bullshit. It doesn't even matter what the fuck you're saying if you can't get this simple concept of the fact that you've never touched the sky, you've never touched the moon, you're never going to touch the moon, therefore you don't even know what it is. It could be made of fucking cheese. And these idiots out here just want to pretend that this is not the biggest, most difficult fucking end of the road fucking roadblock that they've ever had to come up against in this entire flat earth argument. And it is like 101 basics. Okay. And once again, I don't use the sky at all. I don't use the North Star. I don't use anything about the sky or in the sky, any of that, to prove the shape of the ground that I'm standing on, the ground that I can go and see. You know, and they want to say, oh, is the horizon tangible? Well, a point on the horizon that you can touch and have touched, yeah, that's tangible. The thing is that if the horizon is intangible and it's always going to be someplace distant from you, well, doesn't that kind of suggest that the earth is a flat fucking plane, you fucking morons? Doesn't it suggest that? Like what kind of fucking invalid fucking retards does Gem have in his fucking panel? I mean, these people are a fucking joke. Curved water? Dude, give me a fucking break. Some other guy who was just on there talking, took over Gem show. I literally don't even know who the fucking guy is. And he's sitting here describing, you know, how I announce my shows and how I do my start calls and my end calls of my shows. And he knows all about me, but I literally don't even know what his fucking name is or who he is, you know? He's just one of these faceless fucking cunts, non-content providing fucking cunt wench service pigs, okay? That pretend that their fucking opinion matters, pretend that they shouldn't have fucking turned that shotgun on their own face 12 years ago, 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Give me a fucking break, you idiots. Get jobs, you fucking cunts. You know what I'm saying? But let's see here. I mean, the fucking stupidity. The stupidity is astounding. I mean, I'm not saying that the earth, by me saying that you can't use the sky to determine the shape of the ground, that's not even me saying that the earth is flat. It's just a simple concept unto itself, and it stands on its own. And it cuts the wheat from the fucking chaff. People who pretend that they don't understand this most simple and basic starting point arguments. Before we even start talking about what shape the earth is, we have to take into account what objects can be used to determine that. And since the things in the sky are never going to be touched or confirmed, proven, validated, You can't use them. And people are out there running around, pretending like this is not the end of the fucking road. Yeah, I have to repeat it 1,000 times because this is just it's outstanding. It's astounding. Excuse me. It's astounding to see this level of fucking incompetence. Incompetence. It doesn't even matter what shape the earth is. If you sit there and you think that the shit that you can't touch is going to prove what you're on, you are a fucking invalid retard. Okay? You are a fucking moron. I mean, wow. You fucking people. It blows my mind. How old are you people? Some of you people are in your 50s and shit. And you want to sit there and just fucking suckle and suckle and suckle at the teat of the government lies and their CGI shit. And sit there and fucking make stupid arguments about equinoxes and eclipses and all this fucking bullshit that's completely fucking irrelevant. Twitwit says it's rude to keep your subs waiting this long, for fuck's sake. And then I said, Validation Boy says back, Twit pretends she is a sub. And she said, LOL. Yeah. Schlominger says, hey, Twit, what's your thoughts on IPS? Is he real or just an artist creating a flat earth project? Is there a difference? I'm real. I believe the earth is flat. My whole argument about the sky being intangible doesn't even have to get involved with my belief about the earth being flat. It's not even about beliefs. It's about what do you accept as tangible evidence? What would you accept into a court of law? And you couldn't accept the sky into the court of law to testify that the earth is a fucking sphere. You couldn't. Not by logic. So you guys are fucking idiots. Richard Clark is in here defending that world title hard. Real hard. He even trolled me right off the get, which I'm very glad he did, because, you know, that's what I'm looking for in my champion. Someone who's just balls to the walls. You know what I'm saying? Balls to the walls. Fearless. Lay the smack down in all directions. You know what I'm saying? Shit, gonna slip and slide on me. Shruminati. Big, huge shout out to Shruminati. Big, huge shout out to Shruminati, for real. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me. Jeff Stewart has joined. Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes has joined. And we've got, wow. Veli Ohio has joined us. Oh, yeah. Don't think I didn't see you. Don't think I didn't see you. Sup, VB. But, yeah. Oh, Dick Trippin' Balls is here. Oh, man. He wants to challenge. But this might be too short of an episode to challenge. I sent the link out to Jed Skeptic Media. He might not show up. He probably is not going to show up. You know, I was saying maybe me and him could talk, you know, just see how he feels about, you know, the fact that he wants to use what could be made out of cheese floating around up in the sky. It could be projections. He wants to use that to prove that the earth is a spinning ball. We could talk about that, you know. I don't want to get all fired up with Jed, you know. He probably won't show up, though. Infinite Chode Society says, OJ, how do you know Chode McBaggins? And then Richard Clark says, Shlum, do you think Chode is Timmy? Well, I don't think Tim Osmond is here. Tim Osmond would just come in as himself, I think. Tim doesn't need to hide behind other names. Tim's more than welcome in my chat. Tim's he's a lovable narcissist, and that's why he likes VB, because he says I'm a lovable narcissist. Tim can sometimes be lovable. Most of the time he is. It's just that he pretends that he doesn't understand flat earth concepts, and he pretends, you know, to just be on the other side just to play devil's advocate, because we all know Tim's a fucking huge flat earther. We know you're a flat earther, Tim. And, you know, if anything, Tim might be doing, you know, what Jed Skeptic Media said. You know, I've said this before, but, you know, he might be doing that. He might be just making the Globers look silly. But, you know, he doesn't even look that silly anymore. He's actually, you know, seeming pretty serious now. But that could also be because, you know, he has that stuff that he says over and over. He said it 1,000 times now, so. OJ McBaggins says, JLB sucks. Well, that's your opinion. Schlumminger. Shout out Shruminati. Yeah, I'll shout out Shruminati for a 5th time. Shout out to Shruminati. And he says he saw Jupiter. Richard Clark says, Jeff, are you doing a hangout tonight? Rob S says, oh, now I'm a retard, a moron. I don't know, Rob S. I don't know, man. You've always been nice to me. But people out there that are using the sky, okay, and there are globers, and they're saying that the sky proves the shape of the earth, they're fucking morons, okay? It's not even about if it's flat or globe, okay? Even if it was a globe and they're still using the sky to prove that it's a globe, they're still fucking morons. That's the whole point in this whole thing. You can't use the intangible to prove the tangible, okay? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. It just boils down to that sentence. And these people can't take it. This Kara, this disgusting woman, Kara Diane, this atrocious fucking beast. She can't understand that. Even the way I've just boiled it down just now, when I say you cannot use the intangible to prove the tangible. You cannot use X to prove Z. You cannot use apples to prove oranges. Fucking idiots. That's the whole point. That's all I'm saying with that whole thing. That's what it all boils down to. And it's the big roadblock. And y'all just cannot get past it. And you never fucking will. And it ain't even about me. This is about simple logic. Okay? I heard John LeBon saying that, it's about egos and shit. Rob S says I was kidding around earlier, BB. Lee Harvey Hitler. JH has joined us. Says, hey, Schlumminger. Says, hey, Richard, long time no see. Well, we're chilling. We got a small show. I got 24 people watching right now. That's cool. That's cool. Patricia Steer says hi to Lehigh, Ohio. Rob S says good times, good times, good times. Smiley. Yeah, it's always good times in validation, boy. Yeah, sometimes I get triggered. Sometimes I get irate. I went in there in Gem's show today. Man, you guys wouldn't believe. I think I'll put the link to it. P. Mars, he never has anything to actually say to me. So what does he do? He fucking puts up an image of me the last time I was in Gems. Before this one, I punked out every glober in there. I punked them hard. I hold up a sign that says, you lose. So P. Mars, being the fanboy of VB that he is, went and captured the image, made a meme of it, put all this energy and work into it. Fucking thought about VB the whole time he did it, thought about how's VB going to feel when I do this to him. I hope I affect him. I hope I can throw him off his game. Hope I can upset him and trigger him. When all he does is feed my ego. You just like making my head just get bigger and bigger and bigger. P. Mars. Showing my dominance over you. The fact that you never have anything to actually say. And that now all you can resort to is cheap meme making and literal idol worship of Validation Boy's face. You worship at the altar of Validation Boy, all you guys. P. Mars, it'd be good to hear you say anything, but you've been shut down by my intangible sky argument, and you guys, you're all so fucking butthurt over that. It kind of gives me a good feeling inside. It kind of gives me a good feeling inside. So I'm gonna take a quick little break. That's how Validation Boy live stream fucking operates. See you in a minute. Okay, we are back. Let's go to fucking chat. You guys are made of fucking gold. You're made of platinum. You're made of fucking diamonds. That's what you guys are. This is the most dynamic chat in the entire Flat Earth YouTube community. Okay, in the entire Flat Earth YouTube community, this is the place. And like Richard Clark said, and fake Richard Clark is also shut up, by the way. But like Richard Clark says, this is a place for everyone to vent. It tends to just, what happens in VB live stream stays in VB live stream, kind of, pretty much. But this is a place for everyone to vent. All right. Schlaminger says, hail the flat bong hits, even if they take you in different spheres. Interesting. Interesting commentary from Schlaminger. Schlaminger. One of the greatest names, one of the greatest handles in all of this community. Okay. Patricia says, all hit pieces and hit memes draw attention to the one being trashed. Yeah. Well, they're not trashing me. They're scraping at my ankles while I stand towering above them like a man god, shining, glorious, while they piss themselves, jealous, wanting, yearning beneath my feet. Let's see here. Oh, Richard Clark, Pat, this is a vent zone for everyone. Yeah. Some other account says, puts a whole bunch of fake wrenches in there. And Rob S says, we all get the Men in Black laser when it's over. When it's over. Let's see here. Richard Clark says, that other account is okay, VB, and he has the Secret Santa wrench. Let's see here. Dick Trippinballs says that he thinks John Cumby has lost his mind. I'm not up on John Cumby, so I don't know anything about it either way. Can't comment. Some other channel says, put your mic on so we can hear you slurping at the bong. Well, I was smoking a cigarette, and then, you were chilling. Nathan Oakley says first. He's like 19th. He says that he's first. And Dick Trippinball says that he's trolling another chat pretty hard, so he's taking it easy on VB tonight. That's cool. I mean, you can't mess with Richard Clark tonight anyways. If you were to go for a title shot right now, he would put you in the full Nelson, he'd put you in the torture rack, snap you, slam you, and you'd just tap out. You'd tap out. He wouldn't even have his hands on you tonight. That's just tonight. But, I mean, boy, Dick Trippinballs, you are the man. You definitely bring the heat. And one day you could take that title. You could just rip that fucking title straight off of fucking Richard Clark if you tried hard enough. We got, days. Just come prepared. You know what? Next Monday, let's call it. Let's call it. Both of you guys can show up. Okay, I'm calling it now. I'm the promoter. This is your chance. Okay? Now, if Dick Trippinballs shows up and Richard Clark does not show up, Dick Trippinballs gets that title from you, Richard Clark. I hate to say it. Dick Trippinballs is an anonymous troll account, and he's about to take Richard Clark down. Now, if Richard Clark shows up and Dick Trippinballs doesn't show up, well, then that was Dick Trippinballs' one shot, and he probably will never get a title shot again. At least not for a very, very, very long time. And I'm talking minimum 10 episodes of Validation Boy live stream. Minimum. And if they both show up, it's on. I don't care what mood either of you are in. It's on next Monday. So those are the steps. Those are the stipulations. So we will see. I want to see who is the baddest of the bad. And you know what? Anyone else that wants in on that match, I'm gonna create a contenders tournament. So you let me know if you're in here now and you want the next title shot after this. Just let me know here in the comments. Okay. But anyways, Eugene M says, "Is the IS feed live?" I don't think so. Nathan says, "You all came in after me." Nathan says, "I like the term dick knuckle." Yeah, baby. Good way to discredit NASA. Yeah, he's referencing a video I made where, I was unclear. I know that Mark Sargent's still pushing, or not pushing, but I know that in his last show with Patricia on Hot Potatoes, he said that he's still saying that it's a guy behind a model of the shuttle. I even made a video using some of that same footage. I forgot who put out the original video. I gave them full credit. But someone came along and showed me some other evidence that kind of disproved that, and it shows that it's a reflection off something, unfortunately. I would have loved for it to have been a model. But maybe, the stuff I saw doesn't fully debunk it. We need to do further investigation. I'm not saying Mark's in the wrong at all. And I know Mark Sargent, he goes along and, he probably forgets about some of the older stuff as he's going because he's pushing hard and he's always moving forward. So he might not even know what we're referencing, if he even listens to this at all. But in the video I made that was similar, I called the guy a NASA. I called him a NASA dick knuckle. I put an arrow on his face, you know, and it looked like he was sitting behind looked a lot like he was sitting behind a toy model of the shuttle, and then moving in and out of frame. But yeah. Dick Trippenball says, I hate hating you. I don't know who he's talking to, but that's okay. And Vulnerable Boy. Oh, with the cute little avatar of a whining, crying baby. Vulnerable Boy has joined us and says, I feel so vulnerable. Oakley Cord says, this is his oldest channel. He says he did a transvestigation on this channel. Check it out. He said he did a transvestigation on Teresa Gordon. Teresa Gordon was very nice to me a long time ago, but one day she snapped. I don't know what happened, and she snapped and started going off on me about something one day. And I was like, we fought it out. I found very little interest. And then a month or so ago, I saw an old video Nathan Oakley had made concerning her, or maybe it was a newer video. But he was demonstrating very strong evidences that point towards the idea that Teresa Gordon might have a dick. Kittens of the Flat Still Earth has joined us, and he's late. He's in at number 29. And OJ McBaggins says he was subbed to that channel a long time ago, Nathan. Oh, yeah, he was. I Spy NASA Lies joins us with what looks to be an image of other YouTuber named Candy Franklin, this is probably a sock account mocking Candy Franklin. It's probably P. Mars. And he says, Medicaid stopped paying for her training hormones, so get hulked out. Nathan says he was joking, just to be clear. Joking about what? That Teresa Gordon might be a man. I don't know. So I sent Jed an invite. I don't know if he'll show up or not, you know. I don't know. He's more than welcome. Hopefully he doesn't want to come in here and do something silly, because I just want to have a conversation with him. We'll see. We'll see how he behaves. He's probably asleep by now. I'm not going to trash talk. I'm not going to trash talk Jed tonight, because I sent him the link, and he deserves the respect of a fellow panelist, you know. So I'm not going to sit here and trash him because he's not here, you know. Twitwit says she thinks that is the real Candy. Let's see. We can investigate right now. Let's see. Candy Franklin, a Flat Earth channel I'm happen to not be subscribed to. I've seen 2 episodes. I've jumped in and listened for like 3-4 minutes at a time, usually, you know. Not really sure what's going on with that channel and everything. I know there's been some craziness over there. Some crazy activities on that channel. People sniping, people getting super, super pissed off. Yeah, that's not Candy Franklin. That's a fake account. So, didn't think so. I don't think Candy Franklin even knows who I am. I don't even know. I think my channel's even bigger. Maybe not, though. Maybe not now. Seems like some people just come out and they get real fucking popular real fucking fast. Flat Earth. And I guess that's just because they're more likable, you know. Other people, look at me. I'm not that likable. I understand. I understand. You guys hate my fucking guts, most of you. You love hating me too. And that just means I'm doing it right. Because your love of hating me is a clear demonstration of the power that I have over you and the fact that I can see straight through into your souls. And you know that I could rip your fucking hearts out with my words if I wanted to. And the intimidation that you feel because of that is why you respect me. It's why you sub me and why you are loyal devotees of hatred. And the same people, it's the same reason why I show up in GemPanda's show. I state a logical case without throwing a single insult at any person whatsoever. And I get bombarded with, you're the village idiot and you are a cocksucker. It's the first thing that they go to, all those people. And that's what the Globe people do. I'll be back in a minute. All right, we're back after that extremely short break. We've now tripled in viewership. Loss. So, you know, Nathan said, boo, do your drugs later. I was smoking a cigarette. You know how things go. Gotta take a break once in a while, clear your thoughts. Cigarettes are the best way to do that. Cigarettes and the soda in tin cans, aluminum cans. So, Issa's having trouble with his emails. Everything's fucked up. Google's fucking, screwing around. Maybe not. It's just shit's all fucked up lately. Tom Fuller says, Nathan, what do you think of his psychic abilities? Issa Mahal joined in. Schlomiger says to Richard that he likes Issa. He's fighting the same entity that occupies his beloved kingdom of Bavaria. Interesting. Issa says solidarity, man. Vulnerable boy says, I hope VB is getting the hugs he needs. And Rusted Soul says, Prob hugging it out with bong rips. So, I mean, OJ Big Baggins says, play me a funky bass line. I'm about to fire up my Ampeg. SVT3 non-pro. Issa requested some songs, so I attempted to sing some songs. It was pretty horrendous. I know it was. I'm not saying that I'm some badass on singing and playing acoustic guitar, because I'm not. But what I can shred is that guitar, that electric guitar, and I can shred that bass like you wouldn't believe. And Schlominger says VB is in one of his special moods. Rusted Soul says good shit. I guess this is all when I was playing. And then we were talking about with songs, Then Martin Liedke hopped in here. I played a little, little diddly. Dedicated to a couple of fellow Flat Earth oriented channels that are known in the Flat Earth scene. Not necessarily Flat Earthers, but a couple of guys out there, face to face, Here we are. Martin Liedke wants to, he says, okay, Rocket, Baldy, I'll dance. Or he said, okay, Rocket, baby. Or maybe he said Baldy. It's cool either way. And Kittens of the Flat Earth requested the Barney Miller theme. And then I got requested some Beatles, and we had some fun with that. And, Issa Mahal said, you sound good, man. And that's cool because he writes his stuff. And I've seen him singing and playing guitar on the videos and stuff. It sounds like gold. And Issa just has the it. He could be, he could be the real deal. Kittens of the Flat Earth says, requested Black Sabbath. got the guitar tuned, the acoustic guitar tuned down to D so that the strings are looser. And it also opens up options to play a lot of songs in a much easier position, but it takes other songs that are in easy positions. And to keep them in the same key, but keep the guitar tuned a different way, it means you have to play on different frets, and that means that you're transposing the music. And sometimes it works out, and sometimes it does not work out. But then again, that's what capos are for too. You know, I never really used to fuck with capos until later on when I realized you kind of have to. Or at least you request some Sex Pistols. Twitwit says play slide. I don't even know what that is. That's pop music. I don't even know any idea what that is. Maybe slide guitar. I don't know. That's what I said in the break. Tom Fuller says, where'd the darkness go? And then OJ McBaggin said, come on, all 18 of us are going crazy like Beatles fans. Oh, then they said play slide by the Goo Goo Dolls. I don't remember which one that is. Exploited, do you know them? Oh, yeah, I know Exploited. Are you part of the Barmy Army? Are you former Barmy Army? Welshman Martin Liedtke from Welsh natives, Wae and the Exploited. Oh, yeah, I'm all too familiar. All too familiar. You know, Martin, I don't know if you know this, but I toured with a band over there called The Business. I toured Europe, and I was in Europe when 9/11 happened on tour with The Business. Don't know if you know who they are. Hopefully Martin's out there and listening to this and he can hear me. Conway Twitty. And then everyone, you know, from Shrumanati to Issa to Twitwit to fucking Martin Liedtke to Nathan says, I think Nathan said, I sound good. Schlumminger said smoking and singing is something different. Martin says, I'm looking very black today, or loves the Doors VB. Soul Kitchen. OJ says, got a decent voice, got to play to your strengths. I'm not trying to be a singer. I just do it for giggles. I'll sing for my girlfriend and stuff, you know, special occasions, family and stuff. I do backups in my band, and sometimes I'll do a lead vocal song, but it's like something that's like, you know, been played 1,000 times, and I know like the back of my hand, and I can fucking project it out. Like we used to do Heart and Soul by fucking Huey Lewis and the News, and I used to do lead vocals on that. It was dope. My rock band. We used to, when we had different members. We used to do a lot of badass shit. We used to do With the Help from My Friends by the Beatles. All kind of Beatles, actually. I fucked around and played some fucking bullshit version of Ashes to Ashes by David Bowie. Could have played Love My Way by Psychedelic Furs. Oakley says, looking for talent. Anyone seen any? Oh, yeah. Said it's very smoky in my room, says Martin. And then Twit says, I guess Jed ditched us. And then Schlumminger said, he's ginger. Oh, Martin says he knows Waddy, met Waddy. Yeah, my friend met Waddy twice. Oh, shit. Martin's throwing up the signs. B-Boy, was you on the Suburban Rebels album? No. But, you know, the thing is, though, is that when I was on tour with the Business, with my band, a couple of the guys in my band can play multiple instruments. We had a horn section, and they were really talented. Oh, we had a sax, a fucking trumpet, all that shit, trombone, fucking. I played bass. The drummer could play guitar, he could sing, he could play bass, he could play drums. I can do all four of those. The singer at the time can do the drums and the singing. Now he could play bass, guitar probably. By this point, I'm sure. And then I'm sure the other guys that were in the band. And then there was a guitar player, and he played drums and everything, guitar, everything, bass. So, a lot of times, either like the drummer wouldn't be, he would have to be running an errand for something that they needed or something. But the other guy, the bass player, wanted to practice. So I sat on the drums in the daytime, sitting around doing nothing in Europe all day long, waiting for the big gig at night. And I listening to their songs night after night after night. And I would sit there and I'd play the drum parts for them so the bass player could rehearse, because he was a new bass player, and his name was Terry Bones. And he was apparently Terry Bones was famous for being in not 9 Inch Nails, but Trent Reznor, or not Trent Reznor, fucking Terry Bones, fucking Burning Inside. Whoever sings that, I don't know. But anyways, but yeah, that's who we were chilling with. Schlominger says Issa and VB should do a flat Earth stoner rock song. We're too stoned. We're too flat Earth. It's just he says words slow. Yeah, I mean somehow if we could collaborate, but I mean I don't have much to offer. Issa has his own fucking special element. He has his own vibe that he just gets like in a zone, and he makes something totally creative, something off the wall. He uses chords that you don't expect. He plays in ways that are unorthodox but very, very effective and have meaning behind them. And everything that he does is like his stuff's natural. I'm more, even though I don't know how to read music or anything like that, and I'm all by ear and everything, and I'm still more of a I'm more inside the box. I'm a little bit more basic than Issa's musical capabilities, because he can play piano too. I mean, I can play bass, I can play guitar, decent guitar, But when it comes to thrash metal, I'm shred you on guitar. And then I play bass, and I can play drums, decent. Give me a click, and I'll do even better on the drums. But I can't play piano, and I can't play saxophone or trumpet. So Issa can play piano, so forget about it. And he does it real well. So, and the guitar, and I'm sure he would tear up a bass, probably even some drums. And he sings good. He's got that sweet tone. And, maybe. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just, I'm good in some areas, and I'm not the best in other areas. Issa says, thanks, VB. Flames. You rock, though, man. Sweet. Sweet. So, Martin Lee Key, 9 Inch Nails. Yes. Huh. But yeah, that's what I would do. VB has a long way to go. Fucking around and shit. But in that department. But if any of y'all want to hear what I consider my musical forte, my specialty, everything that defines how I feel as a musician most of the time is embodied in a video I have on my channel. Okay. It says Validation Boy. Lower EP, LOWER, and then EP, E with a dot, P with a dot. And it's an EP. It's a small release. It's 4 songs. And the whole thing is under 2 minutes. Okay. And it's thrash. It's authentic thrash. Other than the fact that I had to simulate the entire drums. But since I am a drummer, I know how drums operate. So the drums could be played by a human being. in case anyone does ever in the future, some distant future, for some reason, ever want to cover my songs. The drum parts are written that a human being can play them with ease if they know what they're doing with thrash music. And it's bare bones, authentic to the core. It can be considered grind almost at points, but it's basically, I like to call it thrash. And thrash is something that's defined all the way back even into the late 70s by Slayer and into the early 80s by Metallica. And Metallica pretty much just took cover songs, sped them up. Badass cover songs with King Diamond and fucking old bands and shit. Speed them up and make them thrashy. And then Slayer was writing originals and making thrash. But my shit is much faster and cleaner and tighter than the older stuff of theirs, but comparable maybe to some parts of some newer elements of their music today. But either way, it's my if the world was stuck in 1988, if the world were stuck in 1990 when it comes to thrash, well, with today's production qualities and brightness and stuff, well, that's what I feel that my lower EP exemplifies. If anyone's interested in listening to that, and you know, the lyrics in it, they're very anti-humanitarian, if you will. They're very negative, but that's how they look at first. But in reality, it's all a very, very positive thing, and you guys should go check it out. But anyways, let's get back to the chat. Prevarication Detector says, hey, VB, how did JLB misrepresent your opinion on stars last night? Well, I'm not going to cover it again. However, the first 10, 15, 20 minutes of this show, I went into much detail about it. You know, I mean, maybe I could go on a little bit more. You know, I'd have to sit here and watch it and respond to everything he says. And I'm not one of these podcast leeches. I'm not one of these people that's going to just sit there and just like sit here and stream whole fucking shows of people's shit, you know. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with doing it, people that do it, you know. But Prevarication Detector, yeah. This particular episode of Validation Boy live stream that you're watching has large segments of blackout that are totally nothing but entertainment and music and fun times with Validation Boy and my chat room. Just so you know. And also to the fuckbags that were in GemPanda's fucking chat with me earlier today. Yes, I do talk like a robot, but that's because, like I've said before, my brain is 1/8 part robot. Oh no, it's 1/4 part robot, excuse me. And I demonstrated that earlier on a much earlier episode. It's within the first 5 episodes of Validation Boy live stream. If you go back, there's a playlist on my channel as well, Validation Boy live stream. For those seeking the soothing, entertaining style, the dark cave of Validation Boy, the dark realm, the dark corner of the flat earth. Way in the corner. So dark in the corner, I don't even say flat earth in the name. Issa says, ha, prevarication. Prevarication Detector says, okay, I just haven't heard what you think of the stars yet. Too fun, says Issa. So, okay. Prevarication Detector. You probably know damn well how I feel about the alleged validity, or not even validity, the alleged state of those objects that are in the sky that we can never touch. You know my opinion on that. Prevarication Detector, Issa Mahalski 77, who y'all should definitely subscribe to, says prevarication is when someone tells a lie, especially in a sneaky way. I mean, that's what a lot of people try to do. Prevarication Detector says, I'm new here. Just saw John LeBon's clip on you, and I kind of agree with you. Talking to me. Prevarication detector. Well, I'm so tempted to just go on another spiel about the intangible nature of alleged celestial objects, which, yes, can empirically be observed with one's eyes. That's one of your senses, your eyes. You can see. But your eyes or your brain, either one, could be tricking you. Mindfulness, I linked it in my last video, I think. Mindfulness did a fucking brilliant explanation of this in a video that he made entitled Flat Earth, Validation Boy 1, John LeBon 0. I'll link it again in this video. It's a great video. Rusted Soul says, nice. I agree with VB as well. Prevarication detector says link. Well, I guess I could go get the link. Well, I'll put it in the description of this. It's in the description of one of my last 2 videos as well. It's no big deal. I can't do it. I'm not going to say it all over again. But I mean, I wish everybody was on page on Validation Boy's same page as me with this. Because, like I said before, this is not the statement I'm making, the question that I pose, the brick wall that I've laid in front of Jed and Tim Osman and John LeBon and P. Mars and anyone else in GemPanda's shit, and even GemPanda, and even probably other leading flat earth proponents, okay, is the idea that because the stars cannot be reached, they cannot be proven what they are, they cannot be proven to be where they are. Okay. Now, that fact, okay, proves that you cannot use these essentially intangible things to describe what you're standing on, be it a ball or a flat plane or a flat infinite plane or a puddle, a flat puddle. Doesn't even matter if it's flat or ball. And these people can't even get past this. These globers can't even get past this. And anyone else that uses it in the flat earth, that uses the North Pole to prove flat earth, or uses any part of the sky, okay, to prove or disprove ball or flat earth, is foolish. You can't do it. These two things are independent from one another. Okay, so it's bigger. It's bigger than you, John LeBon. It's bigger than any of the ideas you've brought forth about calling people sky deniers and all this shit. And it's way beyond Kara and all these fucking stooges who I don't even know who their fucking names are in GemPanda's fucking hangout earlier today, which I'll link to here too. Bunch of fucking Validation Boy fanboys. The guy was telling me, like I said before, the fucking guy in there was talking. I didn't even know who the fuck he was, and he was sitting here describing my show and my channel to me. So, thanks a lot, bro. It's good to have you as a fucking sub, a fucking fanboy, getting my views off you. Lee Harvey Hitler says John LeBon's a joke. Prevarication detector says we can draw a map of where we live as a globe based on the lights in the sky, but a map based on lights doesn't mean we live on a ball. Interesting. It won't let you post it yet. I'll post it in the description. The chat's no place for fucking ugly blue links or ugly blue wrenches. My chat has one bright, shining, yellow, golden, shining, gleaming, golden fucking king. That appears rarely, but often. That's a great point, prevarication detector. OJ McBaggins says, the Earth isn't a stationary ball. I mean, there's still an open possibility that it could be, there's still maybe, but I don't know. I don't really think so. I take that back. I don't think that there is. I don't think that there is. I think that's nonsense. The only thing that we could use to prove that would have to be big science and also trusting the intangible that we cannot truly describe. So yeah, we can empirically look at this shit all day long and see the patterns and whatever the fuck bullshit, but you don't know what the fuck's going on up there. So for all we know, once again, the fucking moon literally could fucking be made of cheese. Put it on the highlight reel, bitch. You know? Sorry. Oh yeah, I was speaking to what's his face when I say that. Sorry. The name escapes me. That's right. I never found out his name. I'm sitting here trying to remember it. Steve. That's all I know. His name was Steve. Screw you, Steve. You're a fucking moron, bro. Um, Rusted Soul chimes in wisely and says, "LOL. I believe cheese over NASA bullshit." You know, everyone wants to hear me talk about flat Earth. Well, flat Earth boils down to these things for me, and the fact of the matter is that this sky shit is a big, big, big stumbling block that all these people that are still purporting that we live on a ball, okay, need to accept this reality. Now, when you discount these intangible, fucking discountable, fully discountable fucking things that you can't touch or confirm or truly experience, despite your ability to empirically observe them, okay, the fact that you can't experience them, truly know, truly gauge them, truly judge them, truly evaluate them, truly, okay, it's all Star Wars fantasy. Okay, all y'all fuckers need to realize that once you take all that bullshit away, once you take all that fucking mumbo jumbo Star Wars, Star Trek bullshit that y'all worship, take that shit away, you're left with big fucking deserts, big oceans, huge cities, miles and miles and miles beyond where you should be able to fucking see them on a curve, regardless of how much fucking light mirage and time of day and all that other shit that goes against you that you think it works in your fucking favor. All that shit, all the moisture, the air, shit, refraction, all that bullshit that you think goes against flat Earth. You're just ridiculous. People out here know better. People out here know better. And you guys are faking your skepticism of flat Earth. It's just too obvious. You wouldn't be lingering around this long if you weren't doing it just to be the known contrarian of this hugely fucking paradigm shifting thing that is happening in, not tons and tons of people, but enough people to where it's something significant. How would I have ever known of Isa Mahalski? How would I have ever seen that guy's face and we met ever on this if we weren't talking about something like this? That's cool. Experiences in life, learning, socializing, even if it's pseudo socializing in a way sometimes with various people, for various people, in different circumstances. And prevarication detector says refraction supports flat Earth. Lee Harvey Hitler says empirical science supports flat Earth. FE. Yeah, it does. John LeBon suggests that there's one. He's not here, but I'm just speaking for him. He suggests that there's this one sense, this thing that can easily be tricked. Our sight, easily be tricked. Okay. He says that there's that one empirical piece of evidence that suggests that we could be living on a ball. Well, there's 4 other senses. We're not gonna smell or taste. Maybe we could. I don't know. If we could really reach one of these places and it had an environment, we could smell or taste the environment there. Oh, you motherfucker. We could maybe, in one of those environments, you know, taste it or smell it. But, you know, we can't feel it, can't hear it. We don't know if those lights are just projections. We don't know if we're inside a giant toy. This could be a giant alien ant farm. I said that a long time ago, but that's a long popular theme. You know, I've heard Mark Sargent talk about that before too. And you know, it's we live inside a creation. It's a realm. I think there's a chance there could be a dome above us. When I look out at the night sky, I see a dome shape. I just do. Maybe I'm fucking brainwashed. I don't see any kind of infinite. Well, I don't know. I really don't know. Lee Harvey Hitler says heliocentrism. Heliocentrism is the religion. Wanda O'Reilly says, yeah, we could be brains in jars. Yep, that's what I said in one of my old videos. You really could just be a fucking brain in the jar, you know? It's like, you know, there's a fucking documentary called Athene's Theory of Everything. Not Athena, but Athene's Theory of Everything. It's fucking brilliant. It demonstrates the reality of the fact that, okay, inside this nook inside your brain, that's where everything that you're seeing, touching, smelling, tasting, feeling, all that is playing out inside that nook inside your brain. Okay. So that's where your existence is. Or maybe it's not in there. Maybe it's in your soul. You know, at that point, we just don't know. That's how deep shit gets, you know. That's how deep the shit gets, you know. Rusted Soul says infinite ceiling, yo. Well, you know what? Quite possibly. Quite possibly. I mean, it does appear that way in a sense. See, it's also intangible and unverifiable that, you know. Wanda says the shit is deep. Well, see, everything's playing out inside that little movie projector in there. All the reactions are happening inside there. So we could be hooked up like in the Matrix, you know. So we could be hooked up into all those sensors. Could all be simulation. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Rusted Soul says infinite until proven edge. Well, that's quite dogmatic, but I'm behind it. I'm behind that kind of logic. Flat Still Earth has joined us and says, "What's up, all?" Vulnerable Boy says, "Don't call me a moron. Don't do it. I don't like it." The Black Dogma. Someone I saw messing around in GemPanda's hangout earlier says he's in a K-hole. Prevarication detector says infinite ceiling. Who knows? We can't go up there to look. That's true. See? We could be brains in vats. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Isa Mahal says infinite until proven edge society. IUPES. It would be. Oh, man. About 15. Brenda Von Asshand says, we could be brains in jars. The thing is, your jar is empty. Hello, morons. Lee Harvey Hitler says, infinite astral plane. That is my belief. Huh. Well, we've been joined by new guests, but too bad, so sad. I'm figuring to fucking call this bad boy. You know, let's see here. Is it still in the time? Is it still in the time? Yeah, I think I'm still in the time. Either way. You know, tonight's been about fucking around. A little hangout for those who like the deepest, darkest corner of flat Earth. All the way on the very, very edge of the infinite plane. Or whatever the fuck. You know. Validation Boy live stream and all that shit, you know. And we got Martin Leakey saying peace out. He's got to crash. One love peeps. Thanks, V-Boy. Yo, 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 yo. And he says, peace out, Ohio. That's my lot. Yeah. And Black Dogma says, Martin, you're a big daft Nazi. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I bet he's kidding. And our Captor X says, flat Earth has corners. Maybe... what's the word I'm looking for? That's not jest. But, you know, yeah. I'm in the virtual darkest corner of the flat Earth on YouTube. How about that? Not the flat Earth, but the flat Earth on YouTube. Community of 2017. One of the deepest, darkest corners. And only the truest of the true hang in Validation Boy live stream. Only the true. You know, so big shout out to everybody that was in here. You know. Arcaptor X is stuck on some dumb shit about moon phases are impossible on the flat Earth. Well, I suggest you go back, listen to any one of my number of shows, or watch the video entitled Flat Earth Still Undefeated, and you'll see why anything involving the moon or any celestial object matters not in an argument either for or against flat Earth or for or against the globe, because it's fucking intangible shit up there, and people want to assume a bunch of shit and accept the theoretical things that they see, that they think they are seeing with their eyes empirically, and use that as tangible, physical, 100% proof and validation that we live on a fucking ball. Okay? So, to sum it up, that's how shit goes in Validation Boy. I'm going to beat this into everyone's head until the end of time. And it's been great having everybody in here. Thanks for joining me. Validation Boy. This has been Validation Boy live stream, May 29th. 2017.